Hey everybody. Okay, I know it's getting old, but I'm having a lot of fun saying it's been a long time. Boy, day two has been, I didn't think that we could top day one, but we've topped day one. These lives have been incredible. It's been so fun to be with you guys all day long doing all the maker things. All right, now, my friends, I'm really surprised. I really love what the MakerFlo team is going to cover with you guys because it's super valuable. It's more than just a demo kind of demo, all right? With that said, I want to make sure I'm covering a couple of things here. If you did not know, all right, our friends over at Maker Studio, they have an amazing offer right now. You get $25 off of an order of $125. That's if you order before July 31st. Okay, so if you have blanks that you need before the busy season, take advantage of the offer. All right. And their giveaway is a $150 gift card. Okay. So if you have not entered that giveaway, what are you waiting for? Make sure you scan that QR code and you enter the giveaway. Another really important thing that I want you guys to know, my friends, is that they have an exclusive lesson that they've put together just for you. So if you go to lasermakercon.com/makerflow, you're going to find the offer, the giveaway, and the exclusive lesson that they put together for you. All right. So without further ado, I'm going to bring up John and Marc, the founders of MakerFlo. We are big fans of the MakerFlo family. Hi, guys. How are you?
Hey, mic check. You got us on there? You hear us okay?
We hear you fabulously.
Let's go. All right. Yeah, I'm Mark, and this is John, and we are happy to be here with the LMC family. And Emily, thank you for having us.
Thank you. All right. So listen, I'm going to let you guys get to work. I know you have a lot of stuff you want to cover with our guest today. If you need me, just holler, okay?
Okay, awesome. Thank you again. And guys, let's get the chat going. If you've heard of MakerFlo, put a hand or an emoji in the chat. We got Sam moderating the chat, so feel free to put comments in there. Put a hand in there if you already know about MakerFlo. If it's the first time you're hearing about us, maybe put a little peace emoji up there and give us a shout out that you're there. So I'm Mark, and this is John, and we're the founders of MakerFlo, and we just love being a part of these things. And we're all about your guys' success, right? So today we're going to talk about branding, and whether you're just getting started on your business and you're just branding yourself and you're not sure which foot to step first, left or right. This will be a great opportunity for you to grow and learn your branding. Or maybe you have an existing business and you just want to realign your business and kind of just get off and this realignment and get it going on the right way. This is what this workshop's going to be that we're going to be teaching today.
Absolutely. So again, guys, thanks for being here. We're super excited. We actually have an action-packed hour. We're going to use the hour or more. So I want everyone, you have like a couple of minutes, and Mark and I are going to start, and we're not going to stop. Except for something cool, we have a couple of giveaways, which we're going to talk about later, and they're going to be awesome because it's unreleased products. So definitely make sure you're here for the full hour. So
yeah, if you're on the live now, you're perfect timing because we have 2 giveaways. We're doing live right now in the next 30 minutes or so. So make sure you stay throughout the whole way of the live, and you get an opportunity to win an awesome giveaway.
Absolutely. So aside from that, there's before you even have to qualify for everything, there's one giveaway that we're going to give everyone. And that is, and you don't have to hop off right now off this live to do this, but Mark and I have created a branding worksheet. It's I think like something like 8 or 10 pages. We're going to be going through that worksheet today. Okay. And the way it works is, and Sam, you can go ahead and start sharing it, or I don't know if Emily needs to. Emily, if you can bring that up. But we have this branding worksheet, and you guys can go get this worksheet. And all you have to do is go to one of MakerFlo's accounts on Instagram or Facebook. It has to be the MakerFlo account, and you just message us branding, nothing else, just branding. When you do that, we will send you a DM. We'll send you the link to this worksheet. Now, don't freak out. We're going to have this worksheet up. We're going to go page by page through this worksheet. It's a real wicked worksheet. On the left side, it's fillable for you, so you could fill and put your answers. On the right side, we have real examples of how Mark and I would fill it for MakerFlo. So what we're going to do today is we're going to go over the right side with you guys, kind of talk about why we're doing this, why not, the mistakes we've made. That way you guys can get your branding right, and you can have a playbook for your branding. After the fact, you guys can go and fill it out for yourself. And here's the cool part. 1 month ago, we did an entire podcast on the John and Marc podcast, and we have like a 2-hour podcast, the long version of this, and you're more than welcome to go to that account, watch that podcast, and follow through with the same worksheet. Today, you get the hour version. We're going to try to rock through this super fast. There's 8 sections, so we got to go really fast on this. That way we can finish in an hour. But again, this is supposed to be a DIY kind of a self worksheet. When you download it, it should be pretty easy and simple to follow, see our mistakes, and kind of have a branding framework for yourself. Now, one thing I want you guys to understand is this is the foundation. This is the framework and the beginning of your branding. I'm not going to tell you what your logo should be. This should be the reason why your branding is what it is. And that's the framework we want to talk to you guys about and work with you. And the last thing I want to say before we get started is that this has changed for us multiple times over the years. So this is your playbook. And don't think whatever you write down today, it can't change tomorrow, right? This is just something you have written that if you forget or if you're lost, you go back to this and tell yourself, hey, this is what I believed in. This was my purpose, and my branding needs to follow that. And so this becomes your 10 commandments. This is what you follow for your business for branding. So with further ado, there's a lot going on. And I know there's a lot of people that have done branding workshops. This is kind of the MakerFlo twist with kind of like our wins and our losses. And we're super excited to go through this with you. Before we get started, let's take some questions.
Yeah, I see a comment in there saying, where do we get the document? Where do we get the worksheet?
Exactly.
You can simply just
too fast.
Yeah, John's super speed right now.
Well, we have a lot to go over. That's why.
If we don't get through all of it, then you got the worksheet and you can finish it up at your own pace. But you can DM us the word branding, just the word branding, on MakerFlo Instagram or on our MakerFlo Facebook Messenger, and we'll send you over that worksheet. But in addition to that, guys, we're big on resources. John and I have been in the personalization industry for over 10 years. We've made at times, over 5,000 tumblers a day for some of our customers in the past. And so we've got a lot of experience that we love sharing with you guys. And on the MakerFlo website, we actually have a MakerFlo Pro section that has tons of resources, right? From free digital catalogs for you guys to use and make your own. We don't brand it with any of our stuff. It's meant for you to take into Canva, put your own logo on there. We also have awesome sell sheets that have the products built out with the images and all the specs that you can use to help you do mock-ups and proofs and submit bids and opportunities to your customers and your B2B clients. And we've got laser settings on there as well. And if you're into sublimation, we've got templates and all kinds of resources that are completely free to you guys as a maker. So if you're just getting started and if this is currently just a hobby, maybe you want to take it to the next level and you may make it into a side hustle. If you're currently doing a side hustle, maybe it's time to step it up a notch and go next level to a full-time business. And that's the type of steps that we're here to help you throughout the way. And the branding is kind of the kickoff to it. It's a 3-part series we have. It's branding, it's marketing, and then we'll be launching our sales worksheet down the road as well. So make sure you're following us and staying along the way to get all these free resources.
Awesome. Well, I'm sorry, I got to cut you off. We got to do time checks. We literally are 10 minutes down already. Last message. There's a lot of people that are getting the worksheet, which is fantastic. Go get it. We're about to get started under a minute. Last few things. We just had the marketing podcast yesterday. It's live on Facebook. We had the branding podcast a month ago. It's live on Facebook. This week on Tuesday, we went on our live. We went over MakerFlo Pro, right? So what Marc was talking about. If you want to rewatch that live, MakerFlo Pro is going to be on our YouTube channel. So you can go watch all that content. If it feels like somebody messaged that they'll have to rewatch this live in 0.25 speed, yeah. If you're like, holy smokes, you guys are smoking through this. I know Emily only gave us an hour and I asked her for another half and she gave me 5 more minutes. So we have an hour and 5 minutes. Okay. So we're going to speed through this, but you guys can go rewatch everything on our channel. It's all there. So with further ado, Marc, get us started. Part 1.
I've never seen John talk so
Part
fast.
1.
John, take a sip of water. We'll get through what we get through. All right, guys, like John mentioned, this is a multi-sheet document. There's, I think, over 8 pages on this sheet. And when you download it, you've got your cover sheet on there, calling this one the branding, the Maker branding worksheet, right? So I just want to break down just the layout of this worksheet. So on the left-hand side, and Sam is sharing the screen on these worksheets. So on part 1, on the left-hand side, that is for you guys to fill out your answers. as you go through this worksheet. But the awesome thing that we've done is on the right-hand side is the MakerFlo example. These are really John and I's true answers to these same questions and how we're branding ourselves and how we're positioning ourselves, just to help you get an idea and to help you with inspiration about, you know, what another company is doing for those same type of questions. So let's get into it. On part one, on the branding document, guys, it's about brand foundation and starting with a purpose. Purpose is the key word on this document. And as you can see, the first question on there is, why did you start your business? And so I really want to take the time to think about that. And I said this before, but the reason you start your business can't be just because to make money. That is the cheating answer to that question. Of course, we're all here to make money at the end of the day, but really dive a bit deeper with that question and ask yourself, you know, what was that feeling that made you want to start getting into customization? Why did you truly start this business? Was it because you had a passion for something? Was it because you had a solution that you were providing because you saw an issue in the industry? And that's the type of thinking we want you to think about when you answer this question. And so, John, do you want to talk about like the answer that we have on that one for MakerFlo?
Yeah. Our entire goal, on why we started our business initially, we came into the market and we were having a lot of problems sourcing quality blanks, premium blanks that actually were helping us be profitable in more than one ways, meaning that we were able to mark that product up, but it was also efficient when we were using it in laser machines, that you could use different media. So we wanted to really create a company that was not from I'm reselling a blank. We wanted to create it from the eyes of a maker. And a lot of you guys might not know this, but Mark and I do come out of the garage, and we were probably one of the first companies that started as a personalization business that then turned into a supply business. And the major reason was because there weren't unique blanks, there weren't premium blanks, there weren't quality blanks, and lastly, there weren't any blanks that when you went to a customer that you could upsell them because of the quality of the blank. So you just went, and the problems we were having is it was the same cheap blanks, and it was so difficult to be like, hey, this is the quality blank, because when somebody held the blank, they were like, yeah, I mean, it's okay, and that's what we wanted to defeat. We want to defeat when you go talk about a product, that after you're done talking and explaining the product, you feel bad or you feel guilty, or you're like, yeah, this is definitely worth more than the $5 price I'm giving you. So we want the product to do the selling for you. And that was like a big goal for us, and be profitable.
Yeah, when I look back, when we started our engraving business over 12 years ago, we really wanted to have products that were different. And that was a challenge to us. That's why we got into it, is how can we take what's currently in the market and the industry and tweak it to be our own and be innovative with the products, but not only the products, but the designs that we were engraving. And like John said, how do we upsell and package that into kitting and additional products that we could sell? And so that was kind of our start, was we want to be different, right? A differentiating factor to our business and different designs that we were engraving. It's kind of what got us started.
Absolutely. And that's why we started our business. So let's go to the next question. And the next question is, what do you want to be known for? So we know where we started and why we started, and we can't change that, right? We came and became a supply company. Like, you started your engraving business for a reason. And today you might be thinking that's because you wanted to make money, and that's fine. Write that down, right? But what do you want to be known for today? So Mark, what is it that we as MakerFlo strive to be known for in the industry after 5 years?
Yeah, our goal at the end of the day is to help 10,000 businesses succeed. And the way we want to do that and be known for is for innovative products, things that are patented, and quality. Quality is our big thing. And that's really two of the big words that we want to be known for. And so, and just a trusted growth, supplier in the industry that makers feel comfortable with. They know that these products are tried, true, and tested, and that will work for them. And so that's the kind of mindset that you have to take for your business. And what do you want your customers to know you for? At the end of the day, is it quality? Is it the speed of production and the speed of delivery? Is it the packaging that you do? And I'm sure you guys are learning about all that kinds of stuff on the LMC. And so that's kind of the direction that we took.
Yeah, absolutely. I loved one of our customers, I think a couple of weeks ago, emailed and said that, I feel like MakerFlo is like a silent partner in my business. And I was like, that you could not have said it better. That's exactly what we want you guys to feel like. We don't want you to call us your blank supplier or your blanks dealer. We want you to feel like MakerFlo is right there. And whenever you need that help, whether it's a resource, whether it's a quality blank, whether it's like, hey, how do I price something? We have resources on that. Hey, what are the settings? We have resources on that. Hey, like, how do I do this? We have a YouTube channel with resources on that. So we want you guys to feel like we are your silent partner, and that's what we're always doing. So for example, for this live, we were supposed to do a product demo. That changed from, hey, that's not our branding. That we don't want to just come up here and sell you something. No, we want to teach you something. And we want you to learn more about MakerFlo, the products, the services, and everything. That way you feel comfortable. And the byproduct of that is hopefully you feel comfortable to buy the blanks from us.
Yeah.
And
yeah, I see Athena in the chat. She says she wants to be known for truly designing with love. And it's to support her special needs at home daughter. And I hope that your branding is showcasing that, and that's coming through to your end customer of what they're supporting. They're supporting that cause. They're supporting that purpose, because end of the day, if your branding is right, your customers and people will want to win with you, right? They want to see success with you, and they want to be a part of success too. So make sure that you're branding that and you're marketing that through your company and through your photography, through your videos on your website and whatever you post. That's what your business. That's your business why, right? And make sure you have that right. And I think that you're on the right track, Athena. Thanks for commenting in the chat. So down at the bottom, the lesson that we learned and that kind of our takeaway when we start with the purpose of the branding. At the bottom of the page, part 1 is our true lesson learned, and it was about don't brand yourself into a corner. And this comes down to when you're you're deciding your business name, or maybe you're changing your business name. When we started, it was MakerFlo Crafts.
Yeah,
MakerFlo Crafts was our business name, and we felt like we really branded ourselves into a corner because of that word crafts. And John, do you want to talk about what our customers' sentiment was on that word?
Yeah, I think this is a great, understanding your why is so important, because what we thought our why was, we were selling crafts. What ended up happening was customers thought that we were the Michael's Cheap Crafts or the Temu cheap crafts, and it ended up being that a lot of people thought that it was like we were selling the cheap craft supplies, and we were like, well, that's such a big, huge disconnect, because we're over here trying to make premium blanks, and majority of the industry thinks that we're selling craft supplies that are cheap craft supplies, and that was a huge thing. So with anybody trying to name your business or has already named it, make sure you don't pigeonhole yourself by going so specific with names. Like, don't call yourself Lucy's engraving shop, right? And you find out later on that, hey, I just added a UV printer or a UV DTF, or I added like some like embroidery. Well, guess what? You just pigeonholed yourself, right? And this is why, actually, it's funny, for this specific segment, I wore my old shirt. It says MakerFlo Crafts, and Mark over there has a rebranding that says MakerFlo. And we took the crafts out because we were a little too specific. Leave it broad, know what you stand for, know your why, know why you started, know who you're servicing, and keep your name and your logo simple. That way you can grow with it, and you don't pigeonhole yourself too much. Now, that doesn't mean you can't attack a niche, in your market, but don't make sure that the main marketing material that's going to be out there is not overly niched, because that's where you run into problems. There's other ways to market that you're in a specific niche, without really sacrificing your entire branding for it.
Yeah, absolutely. All right. Well, guys, once again, if you're needing the worksheet, DM us on Instagram or Facebook Messenger, the word branding, and you'll get access to this free worksheet, and you can follow along with us. We also did a podcast workshop on this a few weeks ago, and you can also rewatch that on our YouTube channel as well. So page 2, John, it talks about the ideal customer, and really how does somebody figure out what their ideal customer is? Because sometimes when you're in the personalization industry, you feel like I could sell anything to anybody. Like, there's so many products I could customize, and there's so many designs. You really could just get way too scatterbrained on all the possibilities you can do. And it comes down to really identifying the ideal customer that you want to target.
Yeah, I think with this one, it's really interesting, because I don't think a lot of people start with what's your ideal customer. I think in our industry, a lot of people start with what's the most profitable thing I can sell. And I think that's like the worst pigeonhole to get into. So when we first started, we were doing a lot of cutouts and signs. I think on Etsy, when we started, we were just rocking and rolling with cutout signs. We were doing a lot of Baltic birch 1/4-inch card boxes. We were doing wedding photography signage. If you remember, we were doing the koa wood signs,
the
Hawaiian koa wood signs. And what we found out was we thought that that was the most profitable thing, and that's what we were selling. But it turned out that the market that we were going after on the other side was totally different. Like, our ideal customer was not that. It was not the wedding industry. And we were trying to keep pushing products into the wedding industry. And then what ended up happening was we actually, our ideal customer, because Mark and I we wanted to provide premium blanks. We wanted to do a lot of B2B. Well, the wedding market was not for us as much. And so that completely shifted for us after we started talking to our people and our customer base that, you know, we kind of had. And they were like, well, we want one-offs. And Mark and I really wanted to get into B2B. And just talking to our customers, we learned that they wanted wholesale. They wanted a wholesale pricing. They were when we were quoting them jobs for cut and engrave, it turned out that it was so time consuming. It used up the machine so much. We were losing out on B2B orders. We couldn't price them right. It was just a whole mess from an efficiency standpoint, from a costing standpoint, from not understanding our customer. We used to work with companies like Toyota, Facebook, and all these companies. Well, for the most part, they didn't really care for the expensive cutout signs. They wanted something that was like more engrave and go. And so once we learned what our customers wanted and we onboarded the correct blanks for them, we could service our customers better instead of doing what we love too much and pigeonholing ourselves the other way. And so that was kind of like a big learning for us too. And that eventually led us to engraving those 5,000 tumblers a day, because we got to the clients, we serviced our clients the way we were supposed to. That eventually led our Etsy store, where we did about $15 million in revenue on our Etsy store over a course of in a period of time, because we started understanding what products work for us. So you have to really, in this section, you need to first identify who your ideal customer is, find out what their problems are, service those problems, do it profitably, and it'll just create this synergy that'll really help your business grow.
Yeah. So on the worksheet, guys, it says describe your ideal customers. This is answering the question of what's the age group you're going after, right? What interests do they have? What goals do they have? What are the problems those customers have? Because you need to find solutions for those problems. And what do they value? And also, I want you to think about is, as a maker, like what are you truly passionate about as well? Because if you're not passionate about it, then your connection with your customer isn't going to be that great. So for example, for me, like I love sports, right? And I love working with kids and seeing success in kids too. So if I was starting a maker business today, maybe I would focus on sports, and my target customer is somebody that maybe teaches a sports team or any sports lover, as long as I'm not infringing on any copyright stuff, of course. But maybe I want to target, schools and kids clubs that are into sports. And I'm going to make awesome designs for the soccer leagues and the basketball teams and the football clubs, right? And I need to define my ideal customer and what problem am I solving? Maybe there's a problem that they put their tumblers into their bag and it's spilling everywhere. So I got to find a solution for that, right? I got to find a leak-proof and a spill-proof product, and this is the document that's going to help me define all that.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, we see a lot of folks that are making products, and it's really easy in our industry because there's so many influencers sharing files and sharing this and sharing that. And when you look at it, it's that adage that you're a business, you don't sell what you love. I mean, you can, but you don't look at something and say, oh, no one's going to like that, I don't like it. It doesn't work like that. You're servicing the customer. You need to understand your customer. Even if you don't like something, but if the customer likes it, it's up to you whether you want to do it or not, but that's the way I would do things. Because if my customers are all saying that they want to engrave baseball, well, there's your answer. The problem is that there's no engraved baseball. I'm going to find a baseball. I'm going to find a solution, and I'm going to go for it. And the only reason I come up with that is because one of our first hit products that I think we were selling something like 150 or 200 engraved baseballs a day.
We were like buying out the Rawlings store, ordering all from the sports store.
Yeah, we were forced to make a jig out of it, and we found a need, and we absolutely hammered it. And the Rawlings store, I think we were buying more baseballs than the minor league. The leagues were around our area because we just understood our customer and we hit our customer with what was needed. So I think if you're just starting out, or if you're even in business and you're wondering where to get business from, identify your ideal customer. And one thing that I would say is, if you don't know, go to networking events, talk to people. It's very important you get out there and you talk to people. If you're not talking, if you're not out there like reading, listening, part of events, the fact that you guys are part of this event is huge. You're listening, and that's so massive, right? So make sure you're out there and you're constantly out there, especially today. Things are changing on a weekly basis, on a daily basis, if anything, in an hourly basis, right? It's that fast. So you have to be out there and you have to be listening, because one day your customer is there, tomorrow they're somewhere else, and you need to make sure that you understand your customer.
Yeah. Before we get into the giveaway, guys, let's wrap up part 2 of the worksheet. And once again, if you need the worksheet, I think Emily's going to post it somewhere in LMC as well. But you can DM us the word branding on Instagram or Facebook Messenger to the MakerFlo account. Just DM us the word branding. But to wrap the ideal customer up, let's talk about in a couple of minutes the MakerFlo lesson that we learned. And the lesson that we learned when it comes to your ideal customer is not everybody is your customer. And truly, I don't think you want everybody to be your customer, because when you try to speak to the masses, sometimes you end up just speaking to nobody, right? And so strong brands attract the right people instead of trying to please everybody. So I think that's a powerful statement, and it happens with us all the time here at MakerFlo when we get customers maybe calling in or emailing in, and they're just wanting maybe the cheapest thing is, oh, can I get this, at a better price? Can I get this cheaper? And unfortunately, we have to stand behind, our product, but we do it proudly. And it's like, if you're looking for the cheapest thing, we're not maybe going to work together. You're not our customer if you want the cheapest thing. And we'll be honest with them. Sometimes you just maybe go to Temu or, go source it and have those issues yourself. And we have to, say goodbye to some customers too, because not everyone's your customer.
You couldn't have said it better.
Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. 100%.
All right, cool. Well, I think, what do you want to do next?
Can we wrap up another?
Wrap up another what?
What do you want to do? Okay, let's
Giveaway!
Okay.
Let's do the giveaway.
Okay.
All right.
We like giveaways.
All right, cool.
They're a lot of fun. Do you want to tell them what the giveaways are?
Yeah. Let's showcase what it is. So we're gonna do a quick giveaway, and this product is not currently on the website, so it's kind of unreleased. We're gonna launch it on the live on Tuesday at 4:30 PST on the MakerFlo Live. We're gonna go all over this product, so it's not even released yet, and we're gonna ship it out probably Monday. So you're gonna even get it shipped before anybody else.
One of the first to have it.
You're gonna be the first to have it. So this is a secret product indeed. So Mark, what do we have here?
All right, guys. Well, the product will come flat to you, and what this is it's our laserette trademark material, and this is a valet tray. And so the product comes flat like this, and it's great for obviously laser engraving. You can also UV print it, and we've been having success with UV DTF on it as well. And all you have to do is simply clip the corners together to put the tray in the 4 corners, and you have yourself a valet tray. Now, what we've done that's different on this tray than anything else is you'll notice there is a slot here on the side, and that slot is for your charging cables to go inside the tray so that you can put your phone in there and you can charge your phone in the tray. The other thing we've done with this laserette valet tray is we've made it 50% bigger and larger than what is currently out there on the market. So this was going to fit a lot more stuff than the other ones. John and I both have the iPhone Pro Max, and there's still a lot of other room in there for a wallet, for a watch, and a lot more stuff. So
I love it. Okay, here's what we're gonna do. We're gonna give them a keyword, but we gotta give them a few minutes to type the keyword because there's a little bit of a lag. All right, and my understanding is you said that you're gonna give away.
Here, perfect, good timing.
Yeah, we're gonna give away a full sample set. So there's 10 colors that come in this tray. It's over $100 value, guys. You're gonna get one of every color, and so we sell the sample sets for I think $100 on our website when they get released, right? These are the 10
listen,
colors.
I just love how you every year you spoil us on the lives, and I just have to say thank you. I didn't know they were gonna do this. I didn't know they had a surprise. I didn't know they had such a great lesson ready. Like you just love to keep us on our toes.
Can you go full screen? Can you go full screen on this? I think we're still showing the branding page. There we go.
Yeah, I had that
well,
up.
We're larger now, at least. We'll go back to the.
Okay, here's what I'm gonna do.
Screen.
I'm gonna say the magic word, and then I'm gonna disappear so they can see it a little better. Okay?
Well, you want to go closer to the camera and show them?
What's the magic
show
word?
this
What do they have
platform.
to type in the chat if they want to win?
Type in MakerFlo.
Laserette.
MakerFlo.
MakerFlo.
Type in MakerFlo in the chat for your opportunity to win the sample set of 10 valet trays over $100 value. These are getting launched, like John said, on Tuesday during our live. So you'll be one of the first to get these in your hands to start playing with these and showcasing them to your customers.
The
Guys.
bottom of the black one.
What do you think about this holographic color? How cool is that one?
The bottom?
Okay. So the black engraves to silver, guys, and then all the other colors engrave to black. So that's
Guys,
why
that is
you'll notice.
So generous. Who do
Yeah.
you guys? Woo!
Oh,
Sorry
bless
about
you.
that. I couldn't control that.
Thanks for the wake-up call.
Yeah. Do you want to pick the winner from your end? Can you see all the names going?
Sam, you want to pick a winner? Random draw? Okay, Sam's closing her eyes and she's scrolling through up and down, around, left and right. Yep. All right. So we have Marcy Crossman is the winner. Woo!
Yay! Congratulations! And how does she claim her prize?
How do you want her to claim the prize, Sam?
DM us. She can DM us on Facebook or Instagram, just with her screen name and her email address, please.
Cool. Did you guys get that?
Perfect. Thank you, guys. Okay, I'm gonna.
All right.
Do you want me to bring the branding sheet back up?
Yeah, we can go back to the branding, but we're going to do another giveaway at the end. So guys, stay along with us. Keep getting the knowledge here with the branding. We're going to do one more winner of the sample set, 10 pieces of the valet trays that are launching on Tuesday.
Awesome. So that was only 2 parts, and we're halfway through the live. So we gotta drill through 6 more in 25 minutes. We're gonna try. We're gonna do our best, and if we don't, you can go rewatch you can rewatch our podcast to finish this up. Okay. So we like to do the MakerFlo examples because I feel like it's just so much more impactful if we talk about it. So we're going over our side. So if you're new and if you're just joining, just DM us branding on MakerFlo's Facebook or Instagram, and you can get this worksheet. And you can fill it out during, the current live, or you can do it afterwards. It should be pretty easy because we have our answers on the right. And just keep in mind, this is not permanent. This can change. So cool. Start us off with part 3. This is my favorite.
Guys, I'm so sorry. Really quick, because I just see a lot of people asking, where are they supposed to DM you branding? Is it on the Facebook business page?
On Messenger.
Yes.
So Facebook Messenger or Instagram Messenger or DM. Yeah.
To the MakerFlo business account.
Correct.
Yeah, message us.
Yeah, just go to Instagram or go to Facebook, type in MakerFlo, and when you see our business page, just go there and send us a private message and just say branding. Don't say I want the worksheet branding. Just put branding and that's it, and you'll get it. And guys, this is not available just during the live. You can do it after the live, so don't freak out. And if anything, Emily, maybe afterwards, you could just put it in the group that just do branding for the worksheet, and we'll put the links to our business page there, so it's a lot easier. So don't freak out one way or the other. We'll get it to you.
Yeah, and if you're messaging us on the John and Marc, our personal, Instagram, but you're not going to get it on there, so make sure you do it through the MakerFlo one.
Cool.
All right. So part 3, brand personality and voice. So that is what this page is all about. And really, what does your brand stand for? And the first part on this is my 3 brand words. And we kind of talked about this as well. But John, what are the 3 brand words that we put on this worksheet as our example?
Yeah. So before I move forward, if you're on your desktop, do not do the DM on desktop. So there's some issue with the channels. If you do it through desktop, it's best to do it on your app from your phone. So if you're doing it on your desktop, you will have problems. So make sure you're doing it on your app and on your mobile phone. But yes, this part is one of my favorite parts because this is so important from a business, because when you put this out and you actually follow this brand personality and voice, between the two of us, I always hope that when we come back to this, that our brand personality, voice, our characters and mannerisms during our shows, during our videos, during our lives, it matches this. So when we say this, guys, I hope this is what you guys feel during the live. And if not, just let us know in the comments and be like, nah, that doesn't sound like you guys, right? But this is why this is so important. So this is what we've written down a long time ago, and what our personality and our voice is. We also have team members at MakerFlo. So our goal, Mark and I's goal, is that we first have to believe in this. We first have to, make sure that we're not only believing, but we're also acting that way. And then our team member is doing the same. I think that's the most important part, is that you don't only believe in it yourself, but you could spread it. In your case, if you don't have, if you don't have team members, then it could even be your family, right? And if you're taking your family to the trade shows and things like that, you need to make sure you understand your brand personality and voice. That way you don't take a family member and they're just sitting in the back on their phone and you're the one that's running around with your head cut off. So this is where the brand personality and voice really comes into play. It's a lot deeper than you might think, because these things is what makes and breaks you. So it's super important. So in our case, I really hope that our 3 brand words that you guys can see on the screen are supportive, driven, and innovative. So just in the first 30 minutes, I hope you got a little feel of that. And again, this is not like we're not purposely trying to meet these requirements. This is just what's inbuilt in us over time, because this is what we believe in. We first believed in this before we wrote it down, and we believe in a lot more things, but these 3 things are the top 3 things that we currently and totally want our brand personality and voice to be. That's what's written down, and I hope that's what comes through from our perspective.
Yeah, I think this also trickles down to the types of communications that you have with your customers, whether you're emailing with them, whether you're texting with them, whether you're putting some sort of copy and marketing together on a flyer. Your brand personality and voice will help you define how do you communicate with a customer. So, if your business were a person, what would it be? Is one of the questions on here. And for us, MakerFlo, if MakerFlo was a person, it would be fun, friendly, and helping others.
Yeah.
And so that's the mentality that we take when we are communicating with our customers. So we allow our team and our customer service team to use emojis,
Yeah.
and to be friendly and to be encouraging. So there's examples of what we would say on this worksheet for our brand. And so we would say things like, hey, we're rooting for you with a hands emoji, or this blank will make your life way easier. We're here for you and we totally understand, but let me help you get back on track ASAP. And so that is the type of friendly and helpful brand voice that we've defined for our business.
Yeah, and absolutely. And that really leads us to our lesson. And I think this is one of the most important lessons, especially if you're coming to the show. And especially if you're going through this show, clearly, there's a lot of people like you guys out there. There's a lot of your competition is in the comments, right? There's a lot of people that are trying to get into the same business. And this is where brand personality and voice really comes in. Because one thing that Mark and I suffered at, and again, this is public knowledge, but last year, Mark and I, MakerFlo lost $2 million, okay? $2 million. That's how much money we lost. So everyone thinks that, because it's MakerFlo that, we're, I don't know, driving Rolls Royces and going on vacation every day. And I'll tell you something, that is not the case, right? And so the reason that happened, right? The reason that happened is because we forgot our way. It's because we forgot sheet number 1, right? We forgot what we were here for. And this is why this sheet is so powerful. Fill the sheet out. And what ended up happening is we got into a price war with China, and we completely forgot who we were. We didn't have a personality, we didn't have a voice, and we ended up turning into another reseller. And that was probably one of the biggest mistakes we ever did, because we had no idea who we were, right? And knowing who we were makes such a big deal. And imparting that in the people around you makes a bigger deal. So you have a fantastic support system to come and tell you that's not you, right? So it's almost self-accountability, because you're gonna write your brand personality and voice, and when you're not doing that, someone's gonna be like, "What are you doing?" Right? And so it's super important. Well, this was a very difficult time for both of us, for Mark and I. We decided to make our product super cheap, down to the point where we weren't even making any money. And the days got depressing. It got super sad. And we even, the words came out of our mouths about a year ago that we wanted to shut MakerFlo down because it didn't make any sense, right? Nothing was making sense. And what happens is when you don't know who you are, who you're servicing, what you're doing, what your purpose is, you just end up pricing everything to the bottom. You become that person that goes, oh, I can find it cheaper on Amazon, because you don't know who you are. Oh, I can get it cheaper on Temu, because you don't know who you are, right? You don't know what products you're selling. You don't know what service you're selling. You don't know what you're doing. And you get into this bottomless pit of just absolutely, not forgetting what you started all this for and what the purpose is. So I think this is such an important section to really understand who you are as a business owner and what you're servicing.
Yeah. Don't let competitors define your personality. That's the takeaway you guys will see on this worksheet. And the only thing I really want to add to that is really when it comes to, we were trying to compete with China and match their pricing. Well, we know that's never going to work, and that's a losing battle. So we had to pivot our business into something that's innovative, things that are patented, things that are better quality, things that our customers truly want. And we pivoted our entire business. And the other thing that I wanted to add is don't let competitors define your prices and your discounts. Just because you see other businesses out there discounting sales and deals doesn't mean you have to do that either. So don't let your business fall into that trap as well.
Yeah, and we were so scared. We were scared to raise prices. And guys, this is probably, most people won't talk about prices. We were scared to raise prices. But let me ask you this, right? And this is a serious question for you guys, and you guys need to consider this. How am I supposed to run a business if I cannot take care of everyone around me that helps us grow the business, right? How are you as a business owner supposed to take care of your family, of the responsibilities that you have, if you cannot sell something profitably, right? And that's the question Mark and I asked. Like, this doesn't make any sense. So some of the things that Mark and I love doing, and I would honestly not be in business, and I've told this to Mark so many times, if we can't offer some of the perks we do at MakerFlo, I don't even know what the point of being in business is, because at that point, just leave it to China. And so some of the things that we do here that we've never given up, no matter how bad it got, even during COVID, was free lunches. Since day one, when we were at Mark's house, we've had free lunches for all our team members, and sometimes Mark and I, because we forget, but for all our team members for the last, 10 plus years since we've owned a business. No one has had to pay for lunch unless they don't, like what we provide, which is a whole different thing. But that's one of the big perks we have. We have healthcare. We have a free gym membership.
We have free snacks and drinks in the break room. There's no paid vending machine. You just grab what you want when you want.
We have 401k matching. I mean, we have so many things that we don't have to do, but this is why we're in this, right? We want everyone to be supported, feel supported. And the thing is that the way we were going, when the prices dropped that far, you can't have a sustainable business. And this is part of what we love to do. We love to have an encouraging environment, not only for us, but for everyone. And we feel that we have affordable pricing. We feel that we give good service. We give a good product, but we also feel like, we're doing the best we can to support our team and teams, whether it's here, whether it's our manufacturers, whether it's our third-party teams. And so all these things are super, super important to us, and we're making sure we do that. So
yeah, someone said, wow, how do you do that? I mean, we do that because how do we do it? Because we built it into our branding and into our purpose. Like John said, if we can't do that for our team and give back to the community and build everyone's lives up together, then why even do it to begin with? So we made sure from a very beginning stages of our business that we were pricing our products and services in order to afford those types of benefits for our team. And then use that in our marketing that, hey, this is different. We're doing things different, Yeah. And so that's how we do it.
So Mark and I get very passionate about this because this is the building blocks of MakerFlo. This is what we started with. We started with these perks, and then we got that taste that we might lose it. And I think it was like from the ashes of the phoenix, right? It's like you're so burnt up, burnt down, and hit with the club. And Mark and I cried. And we went through all this, and you're like, what, to hell with this. We will make a profitable company. We will make a supportive company. We will make a company that is gonna show everybody that you can do everything in your power to have an absolute green business. A green business to me is that you're supporting every facet and you're not stepping over anyone. And this is why we're out here. We're here to support everyone. We're supposed to making sure that every ship rises as we go around. But I don't want to this is what happens. We get so passionate, right? This is ingrained in us. It's our DNA. We'll leave this for another time. Let's go to part 4.
Guys. So lastly, again, if you need the worksheet, DM us on MakerFlo Instagram or the Facebook Messenger for MakerFlo. DM us the word branding, and you'll get this free worksheet. Part 4, guys, is about visual identity. And this is what I want to drive home about part 4. Visual identity is part 4 in this worksheet. And a lot of people start businesses and they start with this right here, and they struggle to figure this part out is because they haven't done the other first 3 parts that we just talked about. And again, for your reference, the first part was starting with a purpose, identifying your purpose, identifying your ideal customer, and then figuring out your brand personality and your voice. Once you define those 3 things, it's going to lead into the visual identity and make that so much easier to understand and how to pick that out. So visual identity, it comes down to your brand colors, your brand fonts, and ultimately the logo that you're creating as well.
Yeah. And I maybe we don't spend too much time with this, but exactly what you said. I think when people think of brand, the first thing they go to is like, let me make a logo, but it's not. You got to do the other 4 things to have that passion. Then the next thing is to think about these things. What we always recommend people is keep it simple. Keep it simple. And there's many reasons. If it's simple, it's identifiable. If it's simple, you can brand things. So like, for example, the shirt I'm wearing would be very difficult if it was a very complex logo, right? So all these things come into play. And as you start growing, the simpler it is, the better it is. The simpler the name, the better it is to remember. The easier it is to remember. Easier it is to write. The easier it is to add to a Tumblr. Because if it's too long or too big or whatever, it just becomes so difficult, right? So you want to keep it simple. Now, if you're like, I don't know when the logo is right, there's 2 ways to do it. Either it hits right where it hurts, like in your gut or in your heart, and you're like, damn, that's it, right? And that's what happened to Mark and I. When we came up with MakerFlo, we were like, oh, this is it. We were like, this font is it.
It was with a W at the beginning. Then
Well,
we said, wait a second.
The M is not capital. No, that's exactly how we want it, because we're not very formal people. We're very informal. In fact, right before this, I had to change out of flip-flops because I'm just not a formal person, right? So that's why it's not a capital M and it's a lowercase m, right? The reason, what did you say?
I said we said MakerFlo with a W. He said, no, we got to be cool. We got to be like, it's like dropping the word "the" when it was the Facebook.
It's almost like talking to your kid and it's like a dad joke. I'm like, yeah, well, I'm cool because I dropped the W in MakerFlo. Right. And that's our vibe. It's fun, it's funny, it's a little sarcasm, and we just like to have fun. Like, it does not have to be serious, and that's what we hope. The logo is easy, simple, playful, and it's cursive because we're makers. And
but we did buy the domain MakerFlo with the W. So if you put the wrong spelling in, we still got you. You'll get to the right spot. And that's just a little tip too, is if you're starting your business, think of ways people might misspell it with a C or a K, and maybe buy those additional domains so that you can forward those on to your actual website in case that misrepresentation or that typo happens.
Now, on that note, let me just give a little shout out to Emily. I know she's backstage, but she just won her domain back. It's so important when you have that business that you get your domains and your channels. But big shout out to Emily. If everyone want to just type Emily in the chat to be like, go Emily, because she won that damn lawsuit. So way to go on that one, because that was freaking wicked. But it is so important to think about these things because it matters. And from the beginning, Emily, I mean, you've done so much, and you didn't do the domain, and it got taken away from you. It's so crazy. So way to go to Emily. She had to go to court, but she won it back. But there's so many lessons to be learned. And I know, Emily, you're talking about that more on your channel. So if you're not following Emily, which I'm sure everyone is, but if you're not, make sure you're watching her lives. She just had her attorney, I think, on her live. So make sure you're watching her story because it's incredible. But anyways, let's keep going because we have a few more
things. To wrap this one up, guys, if you need help with your brand colors, go to coolors.co. That's COOLORS.co. There's some cool palettes on there. You can get swatch colors. You can play and mix around with different colors, see how they compare and contrast to each other. Fonts, we recommend sticking to 2 to 3 fonts max and using those consistently throughout your platforms. One of the lessons that we learned was trying to be everywhere too fast, and our branding kind of got spewed just all over the place. It wasn't consistent. When we got up on different marketplaces on Walmart and Amazon, our brand colors and our build out of our pages weren't consistent. So don't try to plaster your branding everywhere too fast. Just build on top of each other so that you can make sure that the visuals are the same, no matter if they go to your website, no matter if they go to your Instagram, no matter if they go to your Facebook, your Google profile, your TikTok, that the colors and the brandings and the fonts and the way that you're speaking to your customers are all the same. So that's our takeaway on the visual identity.
Awesome. That's a great segue into the next part. This is probably one of my most favorite parts. This has a lot to do with why we're doing the live today, and that's storytelling and content.
Okay.
Yeah. And I love this part. So I think storytelling and content is the backbone of every business. I think it personifies you more than your visual identity. And it kind of creates this person in your mind. Like, for example, as you guys have been watching this live, through our stories and through our storytelling and through the content we're providing you, there's some form of what is MakerFlo formulating in all of your guys' heads right now, of who's MakerFlo, what is MakerFlo, what do they represent, what are we all about, right? And I hope that it's going in the right direction. First of all, I hope when you think of it, it's like, wow, supportive, funny, fun, innovative, and I hope these things are kind of is something that you're formulating as who MakerFlo is. And essentially, this is what you want to do and develop in your customer's mind. Who is this company? What do they represent? How do they solve my problems? And storytelling has a lot to do with that. So let's dive deep into that.
So we have some examples on there to help you along the way and to help you write out your content ideas, to help you figure out what those pillars of your storytelling and what your content is all about. And once again, guys, this is all building upon each other from the first page we started on to page 5 of the storytelling. We've got things in here like customer reveal videos, like capturing that content of you gifting that gift to somebody, or somebody coming up to your trade show and seeing the excitement of picking up their order, or seeing a custom product being made. Behind the scenes, people love that show. How it's made. It's just so captivating to just sit there and watch a laser machine go, because as much as we see it every day, like, we're so used to seeing it, it doesn't mean anything to us. We've seen lasers run all the time, but not many people have actually seen it. So showcase behind the scenes of how things are made, what machinery you're using, and really educating your customers. Don't be afraid to educate them along the way, and show your wins and your struggles. That's one of the things we talked about the other day on our podcast was sometimes we think that showing your wins is too much about bragging, but showcasing your wins, people want to win with you. People want to celebrate with you. Don't be afraid to showcase that you got a big order. But then again, don't also be afraid to showcase when you F something up and you've got a misprint on there too. People like seeing, both of those scales being showcased. It just really speaks to the authenticity of the content you're producing out there.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think we've realized that from our lives, as we've been going live more, we've been messing up and things have been happening, and it's like, it's okay. Like, don't worry about it. This is how it really works. There has never been a personalization business that's not screwed something up. So we're allowed to screw things up. We're allowed to do things incorrectly. We're allowed to fill this worksheet out and mess up. It's okay. The biggest thing you need to do is put pen to paper, write something, follow something, pivot, fix it, and move forward. Super, super important, right? And I can't tell you enough how much storytelling is important, because as we go to this lesson, I think one of the biggest things that Mark and I learned was we didn't start getting onto social media like 2 years ago. We were just absolutely like, no, we're not going to do it. It's a lot of work, and we like to stay more private. But in that, we were privately struggling. And once we started doing social media, going out there, there's so many people we've met, and we've shared some of the things we've been going through, and it's actually been more therapeutic than anything. So share your wins, share your losses. It's totally fine. Yes, we had a very hard go at it a year ago, to the point where, like I said, we were crying, depressed. We wanted to shut MakerFlo down, but we just felt like we wanted to build something so valuable, and we wanted to build something so effective and inspirational that it brought us out of it. And here we are, and now we're talking about it, and it's okay. And guys, like Mark said, not everyone's your customer. Not everyone's gonna like you. We understand that. You might not like MakerFlo. It's totally fine. But guess what? That's not gonna stop me in our mission of being innovative, supportive, and being there for you. And that's gonna be our mission, whether you like us or not. So
yeah, and to wrap up, what's up?
So deal with it.
Yeah. To wrap up storytelling and content, guys, our MakerFlo lesson learned, to scroll a little bit further down on the worksheet, is listen to your customers earlier, because the takeaway is your audience will often tell you what they want to see, the types of questions they have, and the content that you should evolve into. Because if you're not willing to listen, you got to listen and engage with your community. So we always survey our customers, hear what's coming in on the emails, and that helps us drive our content that we're posting on social media. So it's a lot simpler than you may think. If your customers are asking something, or they want to see something, that's an idea to just simply put that into your content.
Yeah, cool.
All right, we got another giveaway going. Let's go.
All right.
Giveaway time.
So we have 2 more pages left, 2 more things, which we'll drill through afterwards. We have 5 minutes to do this giveaway. So if you're just joining in, I know. I told you the hour was gonna go up, but we got to give away. We got to give away this. So Emily, pick something for. You know what? The word is Emily. Put Emily, and that's the word for the giveaway because she's crushing it. She just freaking won that lawsuit. Let's give her more love than she has gotten in any other life.
Let's put
it in there, baby. Emily.
Remind them what the giveaway is here. You want to blow the big screen
giveaway
up here.
is for?
It's for a sample set of the new Laserette MakerFlo Valet Tray. So guys, these are premium. Look at the stitching on this stuff. You've got double walled sides here with the premium stitching. We actually even put stitching on the inside of the tray so that the material doesn't lift up and start bubbling. So we got stitching here, stitching on the edges, double folded material. And then once again, we got the access port there for your charging cords and stuff. So you're gonna get one of the 10 colors as the sample pack, over $100 value. And that is the giveaway. This is getting launched and released on Tuesday during our live. So you'll be one of the first to get your hands on it.
You guys are, listen, all I can say is I have like all the warm fuzzies because I can feel the love for everybody in the chat. And it's just, it makes me feel, you know, sometimes the world can feel like it's a dark place, and it's conversations like this that give you a little bit of hope, right?
Oh, well, thank you. Yeah.
All right. Can I pick the winner over on Facebook?
Yeah, I was going to say that. Pick the winner.
Pick the winner this time.
All right, the winner is going to be Robin Schmidt. Congratulations, my friend.
Woo! Congrats, Robin. And then Sam, how can they reach out to win?
They can
what are the instructions? How do you claim it?
Or Instagram. And for anyone struggling with DMing us on Facebook, if you go to our Facebook page, in the top right-hand corner, you'll see 3 little dots. Click on those dots, and you'll get the option to message. So that should do it for you. And please just DM us your email. Layla is amazing, and she already got the email from the first winner, so we'll be reaching out to you shortly. And yeah, just don't forget to DM us, please.
Wait a minute, Sam, can you hear me? Está muy linda. You look very cute today. Just to put that out there. All right, so I hope she heard that. To contact you and claim your prize, they just email you, right?
Yes. Yeah. Just DM us or email us, and it's not. We'll figure it out. Don't worry. Yeah.
All right, you got 7 minutes, my friend. No, I'm just kidding.
All right, we could drill through this in 7 minutes. All right, last 2 parts. I hope you guys have enjoyed so far. I hope this has been helpful. If you haven't, or if you have any feedback, always feel free to reach out to us. We always want to hear from you. You know, whether you like it or not, it doesn't matter. It doesn't hurt our feelings. All we see it as is we can improve things. So the page number 6 is the brand audit. This is super important. Mark and I are constantly doing this. We're auditing our brand constantly to make sure what we're trying to put out there matches what you guys are taking in, and that's what you guys think our brand is about. It's super important to keep brand auditing and not being stuck in one place, because we have made that mistake before. So Mark, can you talk a little bit about consistency through everywhere you sell and why a brand audit is important?
Yeah, this goes even down from everywhere you sell, right? Your website, your social medias, your Google pages, all that brand consistency needs to be built out throughout all those platforms. Like I mentioned earlier, don't go too fast where it gets kind of just spewed out there and it's inconsistent. And this also goes down to your product packaging, right? Your packaging is part of your branding. Make sure that speaks and connects with your website as well. Even your business cards and your marketing flyers, think about that too. Your banners and your displays at your craft shows or your maker events or whatever event you're doing, that's a part of this as well. And then like I talked about, your audit, your customer responses, your emails, some of these auto replies you might have, make sure it speaks to your brand and it all connects together, because end of the day, it's a big flywheel that you're creating, right? You're catching a customer into your web of opportunities, right? Whether you're on a marketplace, whether they visit you on your website, whether they're in your email list, you need to make sure this all speaks to them as a whole.
Yeah, absolutely. And The one big mistake that Mark and I made in the past is we're on multiple channels. A lot of folks don't know this, but we're actually on Amazon and Amazon Prime. So if you're in the right locations, you can actually get MakerFlo products same day or within like 2 business days if you have Prime. So that's something that we're working on. But when we had started on Amazon, we're also on like Walmart, Michael's, and a few other places. Our branding was not coming over right. A lot of people were questioning if that was even the real store. So it's super important no matter what you do, whether it's putting out flyers, putting this, putting that, it's super important that the first, 4 or 5 pages that you work on, it follows through and carries over everywhere you're going, including your shirts. If someone says that, hey, get the yellow shirt, it's not that big of a deal. No, it is a big of a deal because you might wear it today and there are 4 people that show up, but you'll have that yellow shirt when you go to that 100-person event and nothing will make sense. So it's all important. Don't let anyone tell you that your branding on something like here or there is not important, because guess what? Somebody one day thought that getting their website domain was not important and she fought for it for 5 years and won it back. And if we ask her again if she would do that, how she would do that differently, I'm sure she would buy that domain name earlier, right? So it's that same thing. It is all important. And if you want to grow into it, it's super important that you think of all these things and take it seriously right from the get-go.
Yeah. And then our takeaway at the bottom of this page, it just goes over the lesson that we learned is to always be constantly auditing your branding and just keep an eye on all that stuff. And consistency builds trust with your customers.
Cool. And the last part is the action plan. And just make sure that you fill out your action plan and make sure that you're actioning some of these things. I think it's very integral to put, again, pen to paper so you can hold yourself accountable. If you're one of those people that says that, no, I don't write things down, it's just another excuse so you can tell yourself that you don't remember what you needed to do. So make sure you write things down and make sure that that paper is there with you so you can hold yourself accountable.
Yeah. The takeaway on the action plan for us is the eat that frog mentality. Eat that frog means something that's difficult. It's been weighing on your mind. It's mentally heavy, and it's that one thing you don't want to do, right? Eating a frog, it just sounds disgusting. But when you knock that out first thing in the day, it's a snowball effect on how much easier your day becomes and how much more efficient your day becomes and how much you get done. Is to have that mentality of eat that frog. I like to write down on a sticky note every morning, what is my eat the frog thing that I'm going to do right now, because I've been dreading doing it, because once I get that done, the rest of my day is going to become so much easier.
Awesome. Did we do it, Emily? Did we make it through the whole session?
We
got time to kill?
I'm very proud of you.
Oh, if we got time to kill, I can sing.
No, Chico. There's people who they have questions that I need to get answered before we.
Bueno.
Okay.
Bueno.
All right. So we've got let's see. We've got Michelle over on Facebook. What are the dimensions of the trays? And also somebody was asking, are you selling the sample packs or do they have to buy single colors?
So the sample pack will be available on Tuesday when we drop the product. Or if you want to just select individual colors, you can do that. Or if you want to buy a case of the product, they come in cases at 12. That's where you'll get the biggest discount with our 20% off cases. And then Sam, do you have the dimensions on the product?
I think it's the total is 12 by 10 and the inside is 10 by 8. I think so.
Well, I can tell you for sure too, they can also add it to their build a bundle. So it'll qualify with the other laserette items too. So there's a few different options of buying it.
Yeah, and the listing for the tray is ready. So you can actually go on MakerFlo and go to the laserette section and you can go into the tray. And we have the specs, we have the MSRP, we have resources,
you can sign up
sell sheets. You can sign up for notifications for sold out. So when it goes into stock, it'll send you an email like, hey, it's in stock. So if you go to that page, there's a lot of resources already available. And if you want to even get ahead of the game before you even have the product, the sell sheets are available. You can actually send it to your clients with their logos on it, and you can get the order before you even get the product.
One more question. So you said that you were releasing it on Tuesday. Is that right?
That's correct.
And let me just check here. Your special runs through the 31st. So if they order over 125, they get $25 off still, right? For being an LMC attendee.
Yes, ma'am.
All right.
That's it.
So
that's right.
They were so generous with us, so transparent, so honest. All right. You got to do me a favor. Go show them the love. Go enter that giveaway. Go give them likes on their channels everywhere. Okay. Let's take care of them the way they take care of us. All right.
Well,
Okay.
thank you. Thanks for having us, Emily. And I hope this was helpful. And if you guys have any feedback, please reach out to us. We'd love to help you out. And Emily, if we can make a post maybe with the branding thing, and I can send you the link, and whoever had problems, they can get to the sheet then.
I figured we could cover the logistics in after the live, but
sounds good.
We can also include it if you guys want, whatever you guys want, but we can include it in the recap email that's going out this evening. Boy, guys, the recap email has a lot of good stuff in it today.
Nice. Awesome.
All right. Well, guys, thank you so much. Thank you for always being so supportive. I can't wait to see you guys in Texas, but I will see you tomorrow for the giveaway.
Sounds good.
All right.
All
Thanks,
right.
guys.
Thanks, guys.
I will see you at the last live of the day in 25 minutes. Bye, everybody.
See you guys.